Pirates, center fielder, number 1, Dan Laurie.
That turns the lineup over for Dan Laurie, center fielder today. Singled and stole second base in that top of the first inning. Ended up scoring the only run for Pittsburgh. That turns the lineup over. Nothing in 2 to Nolan Lingley now. Facing off against Trayson Vogt, the Crowder College Rough Rider. Originally committed to Arkansas Little Rock out of high school, but eventually chose Crowder in summer of 2020. And here he is in an Arroyo Seco uniform, leading things off in what is a preseason game. The real season starts tomorrow against Orange County and Irvine, as freezing him for strike 3 is Nolan Lingley, and he'll head back to the dugout. Back-to-back Ks for Trayson Vogt. He's got 3 on the evening.
Lingley was upset with that call. That fastball just completely froze him. Ends up bringing him up, 3rd K for the Arroyo Seco Saints pitcher.
And speaking of strikeouts, Ryan, here's another strikeout victim back in first inning. Angelo Ailman, the shot. Isn't both a pitcher and a hitter. Over in high school, effective on both ends. Becoming a full-time pitcher with the Rough Riders this season. He's set at the belt. 2 gone, runners on first and second. And a curveball steals a strike in there, 0-1.
First pitch breaking ball, as you mentioned, to steal a strike.
Top of the second inning here at Jackie Robinson Field. Pirates jumped out to a 1-0 lead on RBI single back in the first. And now Trayson Vogt ahead 0-2. Having a chance to strike out 3 hitters in the inning. Cleanup hitter Brady Shrink waits on deck. Angelo Ailman behind in the count, 0-2. 2 outs. Vogt ready. And time is called before a pickoff attempt was made. Vogt ready with the 0-2. Line shot to third and just outside the line. And home plate umpire Carlos Astorga rules it foul, 0-2 still.
Huge tipping point early on in this ball game. See the Ventura County Pirates up ahead 1-0. Runner in scoring position with the hitter. Angelo Ailman's down 0-2. We'll see if Vogt can get an escape. Like Ailman's waiting for home umpires.
1 ball and 2 strikes the count. 2 gone. 1-0 Pirates after an RBI single back in the first inning. Cleanup hitter Brady Shrink still waits on deck.
Keeping a close eye on Tredo at second base. He has some speed.
Certainly does, and he's getting a very healthy lead over at second base. Here's the 1-2. Taken high, 2-2. And Ryan, do you think all the attention being paid by Trayson Vogt, a runner on second base, really affecting him on these next 2 pitches?
Absolutely, and especially in a 2-strike count. You know, pitching coaches will value on their
catch and goes up a couple of bits, but comes out of it unscathed. We go to the bottom of the Pirates 1, Saints 0. 1-1 count. To 7-hitter Cooper Harris from Wichita State playing catcher today. Becker a small lead at first. The 1-1 swung on and missed, strike 2. Alex Abbott pulling the string on that one.
One-two pitch, you don't have to throw a strike here.
Swung on and missed, strike 3. A beautiful slider by Alex Abbott. That hangs Cooper Harris up to dry, and that'll bring up Jeff Bowser.
Nasty slider. That ran over the plate. It looked like a strike for the majority of the way, and just broke at the last second.
Always the tried and true strategy for pitchers. Make something look like a strike and end up a ball. And it worked there at an Alex Abbott slider. One gun for Bowser, the lefter. That's Chad. Taking high and 0 the count. Tyler Lejeune waits on deck. A 1-0. High fly ball in the left field. Racing back is Trado. He's back at the wall. He's able to make the catch.
Man, oh man, warning track power. That's gotta hurt.
Robbie Trado twisting and turning as he was hunting down the left field fly ball. Able to hunt it down as the sun comes down here at Jackie Robinson Field. So in effect, 2 guys in it. Tyler Lejeune is set out of play. 0-1. Abbott set at the belt. The 0-1 swung on and missed. A healthy hack by the 9-hitter Lejeune, who's playing some third base today. He's in an 0-2 hole, though. For Louis on third base. Ready to attend Arizona. Going to be a Wildcat. We have another former Wildcat here in Kyson Donahue, but he transferred out. Ended up playing at Hawaii. The 0-2 from Abbott. Ground ball outside of the first baseline foul. Jacob Rebook gave a diving attempt at it. But we'll do it again, 0-2.
Pick me out a winner, Bobby.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 gone.
Looks like Lejeune broke his bat on that one. Got a new piece of lumber.
Becker leads off at first. Led off the bottom of the second inning with a single. After that, strikeout and flyout. The 0-2 from Abbott. Taken just high, ball 1.
Really difficult take, especially with 2 strikes. Spin on that pitch. Ended up working out in his favor.
Abbott's got that nasty slider. Probably not the best pitch for a left-handed hitter. We'll see what he throws here on the 1-2. Fastball locked him up. Lejeune gave a check swing, did not go around, missed high, 2-2. That's back-to-back pitches now for Alex Abbott. That missed high and inside. Bottom of the second inning, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out in the inning. Nathan Becker's still taking a conservative lead off of first. Getting ready to move with the crack of the bat. The 2-2 from Abbott. Foul tipped. Barely getting a piece of that was Lejeune. And we'll do it again. A little bit of a battle now for Tyler Lejeune. Bottom of the second inning, here's another 2-2. Chopped foul, will do it again.
Fantastic at bat from Tyler Lejeune. He's fouling every pitch off, staying alive. Eventually, if you're Alex Abbott, you might have to give in with the fastball.
Umpire Carlos Astorga getting a new set of balls. Other umpires today, Dale Gardner over at first, Joe Shields at third base today. Currently standing behind second, watching Alex Abbott. 1-0 Pirates. Scored a run in the top of the first inning. Becker lead off first, another 2-2. It's called, strike 3 on the outside corner. Tyler Lejeune got lucky with 2 fastballs up and inside. The third one he took ends up being strike 3. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Saints 1, Pirates nothing. This game whizzing on by, everybody. Top of the third inning, 1-0 Pirates here. Trayson Vogt back out for a third inning of work, and he'll be facing the heart of the order for the Pirates. Brady Schrank, Andrew Buglino, and Leo Brandell. Schrank was hit by a pitch in the first inning, ended up making it all the way to third. He takes a strike, and Trayson Vogt gets ahead of the count 0-1. The 0-1 from Vogt. Curveball in the dirt, 1-1. It'll be Schrank, Buglino, and Brandell. 4-5-6 to Pirates. Trayson ahead with a chance to put away the 4-hitter Schrank. Well, we'll do it again, though, as he putting up a battle. Fouled it off the screen, 1-2. Schrank hit by a pitch in the first inning. Playing right field. Takes a curveball low and inside. And the count evens up. Now there is work. Only a run in that inning. The Pirates put a base runner on in each of the 2. One pitch away from making it 3 for 3 as Schrank sends one to left field, giving chase to left fielder Bowser, but it's a foul ball outside the third base line. And we'll do it again. Another payoff pitch. Vogt looks in, kicks and delivers. The 7th pitch out of the at-bat. It's taken high, ball 4. And once again, Ventura County gets a leadoff man on base. The catcher. Unable to make play off of his glove and will roll to the outfield. Looks like a little bit of miscommunication between Lejeune and Donahue. And it works to the Pirates' advantage. They have first and second, nobody out.
And that's exactly what I was talking about earlier, where these exhibition games, it allows them to gather chemistry, right? And that's exactly what you don't want to happen during the regular season. And unfortunately, it still happened in an exhibition game. But that's a typically routine play. Third baseman and shortstop collide, unable to make the play, and that's an error.
Even though all these players have just came out of a college baseball season, there's still a lot of rust to be shaken off. New ballpark for a lot of these players, new state. That'll all get worked out as the season continues. It's a 2-month sprint in the California Collegiate League. The Arroyo Seco Saints are ready to embark on that trip starting tomorrow against the Orange County Riptide. First pitch of the at-bat now to the six-hitter Leo Brandel. Shows bunt, takes low and inside instead, 1-0.
That game will be played up in Irvine, California. So a road trip to start off the Arroyo Seco Saints.
The head coach of this team, George Vernal. 1-1. First and second, nobody out. Vogt having to work out of trouble yet again. Able to work out of it in the second inning. Touched up for a run in the first. Now the runners are going. Throw over to third is in the dirt. Unable to pick it is Lejeune. And swiping the bag is Brandel. Or Shrink, rather. Baglino will take second right behind him. And third base coach George Vernal not very happy at Leo Brandel. Looks like it might have been a hit and run called.
Yeah, he's barking at his hitter.
Either way, it works out for Ventura County, but a risky play. Brandel.
Still no outs in this inning. It looks like they are going to stick with Vogt. Hopefully he can stop the bleeding if you're an Arroyo Seco Saints fan.
Caleb Pittman still warming up in the Saints bullpen down the left field line. Now it's a lefty-on-lefty matchup. Jacob Rebrook, the first baseman, against Trayson Vogt. Brandel with the lead off second. The first pitch. Curveball in there for strike one. That was one of Trayson's best so far.
You heard the entire Arroyo Seco Saints dugout say, good pitch, good pitch. He's able to steal a strike with that front door breaking ball.
Vogt ready. The 0-1 in the dirt. Nice pick by Cooper Harris.
Fantastic pick, Harris.
Out and a runner on second is tough enough already in the call game, but a runner on third would easily set the Pirates up for their fourth run already. They already got one in the first, two here in the second. The 1-1 swung on and missed. Chasing the high fastball was Rebrook. And the count now 1-2 with Robbie Trado on deck.
Saw Cooper Harris point to his pitcher. Fantastic location on that pitch. It seems like the mound visit helped.
Certainly, that's two pitches already for Trayson Vogt. That'd have probably been his best of the afternoon so far. Can he make it three? Line shot in right field, base hit. Blessinger will make the play. Getting the wave home is Becker, and it throws up the line, and the Pirates take a 4-0 lead.
You see on that breaking ball, the batter just flicked the barrel. Yeah, I don't know why it's not starting.
So we apologize for those technical difficulties, but we are back, and Ryan Madrigal, Anthony Vasquez here with you at Jackie Robinson Field once again, and looks like Caleb Pittman's got himself in a bit of a jam.
Yeah, there's a bit of miscommunication as we've been seeing this entire evening between the shortstop and the third baseman. That allowed a runner to reach. Now the bases are loaded. Here are 2 outs, 2 strikes.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 gone. Bases juice for Angelo Ailman, the shortstop. Pirates have already gotten 3 runs in the inning, all of them charged to Trayson Vogt. The 2-2, protective swing. Pittman's got to hurry. Flips to the catcher, and it's off of his glove. 1 run scores, and that'll be it. Everybody's safe.
Looked like that was the only play Pittman had, was to go straight to home, try to flip it to Cooper. Cooper unable to grab it. He saw the runner streaking down the line. Got the ball just for spin, breaking for play.
That second run was the difference between getting out of this inning and giving Ventura a 5th run. Now they lead at 5-0 on the top of the 3rd inning with 2 outs. That'll bring up the 4-hitter Brady Schrank, and he led off the inning with the walk, so the Pirates have batted around here in the top of the 3rd inning. Bases are still loaded, 2 outs. Caleb Pittman's pitch. High fly ball in the left field. Racing back is Bowser. He'll make the catch, and the inning mercifully will come to an end. But the Pirates strike for 4 and have jumped out to a 5-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. Bottom of the third inning here at Jackie Robinson Field. The Pirates have jumped out to a 5-0 lead thanks to electric in this high day.
Adds up a lot of good and finds a pitch resiliency, how you respond when runners are on, and how you pitch from the stretch. And it looks like Abbott actually pitches entirely from the stretch.
He's been doing it effectively, but lacing a line drive base hit into right field is Joshua Morrissey, the leadoff hitter for Arroyo Seco. So the Saints get the leadoff man on here in the bottom of the third. It's a start. Down 5-0. You really got to piece these innings together.
You know, this Arroyo Seco Saints lineup has been having a lot of success when they've attacked the first pitch and when they've been hunting that first pitch. As you mentioned there, Morrissey, he was able to attack that first pitch, drive it into right field, and now the Saints are in business here. But as we mentioned before, Abbott has worked well around base runners.
A back pick off of behind a for runner, actually. Leo Bell.
College, junior college, PCC.
Now the ball gets away from Rebrook. Ventura County throwing it around the infield and easily swiping second. Is the runner Morrissey. So the Saints now have a runner in scoring position. 0-1 the count. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third.
The Saints finally catching a break, having a runner back in scoring position. They just haven't been able to convert when those runners have been in scoring position. But just to finish up my thought on Blessinger, fantastic hitter at PCC, batted .333.
The 0-1 from Abbott. Blessinger shows bunt. It's a perfect one up the third base line, except it's just foul up the third base line. 0-2 the count rather than Blessinger.
We'll see if they give Blessinger the bunt sign with 2 strikes. I doubt it. Let away, especially with runners scoring.
So far, a great start. In the first and third inning, Caleb Pittman came in to try to put out the fire. He sort of did, but gave up a run with the bases loaded on an error. So here we are, 5-0, top of the third inning. No balls, 2 strikes to Max Blessinger with Matt Wong waiting on deck.
That's Leo Brandel holding on the runner at second. See if Blessinger can take advantage of that, try to shoot one to the opposite field.
Instead, he shoots one back off the screen. Staying alive, 0-2. Morrissey takes his lead off second. Here pitch, fouled away again. Morrissey took a couple hop steps to third base, wasn't trying to steal it though.
You have to be careful when you're doing that, especially on second base, right? The batter has a clear view of you. If you distract the batter too much, it can mess with their swing.
Max Blessinger trying to stay alive right here. Ready for the 5th pitch of the at-bat. Behind in the count, 0-2. Abbott set at the belt. Winds and delivers. Ground ball to second. Diving play and off the glove of the second baseman Brandel. Racing home, easily scoring is Morrissey on an RBI single by Max Blessinger on an 0-2 count. The PCC sophomore comes through.
That's exactly what I was mentioning, how Liam Brandel was covering the runner at second. Blessinger had a target that right side of the field. He was able to shoot it through. It went off the glove of Leo Brandel, and Brady Shrink misplayed it out in right field. And so Joshua Morrissey was able to score easily from second base, even though it was a ray. It's a whole mess for the County Pirates defensively.
So Max Blessinger drives in the first run of a 2-month sprint for Arroyo Seco. Season begins tomorrow. Of course, this is a quick tune-up before the CCL play begins. I'm going to bring up Matt Wong, center fielder today. The number 3 hitter, righty-on-righty matchup. First pitch, swung on and missed. Throw to second is not in time. First base umpire Dale Gardner ruled that Max Blessinger was in there before the tag, and the Saints have yet another runner in scoring position with nobody out.
That's Max Blessinger's second stolen base of the evening. He's been on twice, stolen second twice. So we know what he wants to do when he gets on base, and that's steal.
0-1 the count to Matt Wong. Center fielder Hilling from right. We'll make the catch later.
That's Wong's second buyout. The first one he took to dead center field, near that out. He was hitting the rope. Second one got under it. Easy routine pop up to the first baseman.
So from one Hawaii Rainbow Warrior to another, it's Kyson Donahue, a 6'3", 210-pound redshirt sophomore from Honolulu, Hawaii, on the island of Oahu. Trying to drive this runner in. Max Blessinger on second. RBI single and stole the bag. That's why he's out in scoring position with one gone.
Donahue played extremely well at Hawaii.
Platoon advantage. He'll take strike one of the fastball in the outside corner, 0-1.
He hit .312 there with 23 RBIs and 6 home runs. So that's exactly why he's hitting cleanup for head coach Aaron Milan.
And it wasn't always easy with Kyson in his first season. Fouled on by Coach. Lesser was on his way to third. And Kyson Donahue now behind in the count 0-2. He only got 24 at-bats as part of the Arizona Wildcats, but he didn't win a Pac-12 championship there. Also made it to the College World Series in Omaha, but he eventually went into the transfer portal. And of course, what usually comes from entering the transfer portal, a lot of unsureness, a lot of doubt, especially not having a home for the next school year. And that wasn't the case with Donahue. He was highly recruited out of Arizona, eventually chose Hawaii, eventually choosing to come home at the end of the day. And here he is in Arroyo Seco, trying to make himself at home. 0-2, 1 gone. Abbott set. Kyson Donahue will take up and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Donahue had that runway at Arizona. Started 8 games for them until COVID stopped his 2020 season. And coming into the 2021 year, the runway was suddenly gone. And here he is, a Hawaii Rainbow Warrior, as Ryan said, hitting .304, an OPS of .957. Back pick for Blessinger. He's back in time. But something that Kyson Donahue has a propensity for is the strikeout. Led Hawaii Rainbow Warriors with 52 strikeouts in just 125 at-bats. Almost 40% of the time he goes back to the dugout with strikeout. He's behind 1-2. He pops one into left center field. Racing over is Lafferty, still on the run. He'll make the catch, and there's 2 gone. Blessinger will scamper back to second base.
Now batting for the Saints, designated hitter, number 3, Jordan Rogers.
That'll bring up the DH, Jordan Rogers. Rogers from Bel Air, Kansas, and Wichita State University. He's a shocker down in the American Conference. Hit .307 over in Kansas. Repping the black and yellow rep. First pitch to him, up and away, ball 1. Abbott set delivers. Line shot, foul.
Slightly late on that one. He was a tad bit earlier. I would have rolled to the corner out in right field.
Instead, it's just a loud strike call. 1-1 the count. Bottom of the third, 2 gone. A 6-1 lead for the Pirates. 5 in that top of the third inning. Abbott set delivers. Inside for strike 2. Perfectly placed fastball there. And Ryan, Alex Abbott's been absolutely dealing so far in these 3 innings.
Absolutely, and he's just entirely reliant on that fastball placement. As you saw that last pitch, arm saddle, inside, right side to the
He does in the air. Center fielder off for already one in this inning. Will race on and make the catch, and that will retire the side. But not before Arroyo Seco scores its first run of the season. We go to the 4th, 6-1, Ventura County. On Pittman, Trace vote. It's Ryan Metrical. He wins Jackie Robinson Field. Sun sets here in the Arroyo Seco Valley. Pittman delivers a ball outside off the glove of the catcher, Harris.
Andrew Buglino reached last time he was up on an error. As we mentioned, that has happened too often in this game, miscommunication between the third baseman and shortstop for the Arroyo Seco Saints.
Here's a strike from Pittman, 1-1 the count. Pittman hailing from Suffolk, Virginia, Nansemond River High School. Right now just finished up his sophomore year as a Northern Illinois Husky up in DeKalb. As the 1-1 fouled away, 1-2.
First time we get to see Pittman work in a clean inning, though. Came on in relief, inherited a few base runners. Was unable to shut it down off a close play at the plate. The little check swing grounder that he fielded, try to flip it to Cooper. Cooper unable to handle it. We'll see how well Pittman fares in the clean inning.
Swung on and missed, strike 3. How about that?
It's faring pretty well.
A slider that gets Buglino flailing at that pitch. And there's one gone here. That'll bring up Lee Branzel. Branzel 2 for 2 today with 3 runs batted in. Half for Ventura County so far here in the 4th. Let's see what he can do against Caleb Pittman. First time they've been matching up today. Swung on and missed once again. Nasty slider for Caleb Pittman, 0-1.
That slider has a lot of bite and a lot of depth to it.
That's something you certainly want. Pittman took the road less traveled to Northern Illinois. Attended Bryan and Stratton Community College first. As the 0-1 is in the dirt, 1-1. He received interest from other schools in the Carolinas and the Floridas, but decided Stratton Bobcats were the best road to a Division I offer, and eventually got one at Northern Illinois. But this Husky team back in DeKalb is desperate need of a rebuild. Haven't finished over 500 since the 2011 season. Coming off a 14-0 season in the back. Here's a strike, 1-2. Pittman appeared in games for the Huskies. 4 of them starts, and ERA a whopping .764. He allowed 21 earned runs in 17 2/3 innings. The 1-2. Called, strike 3. Got him looking. Lee Branzel, first time he's been set down today by Arroyo Seco, and there's 2 gone. That'll bring up Jacob Rebrook.
Back-to-back Ks for Pittman. He looks extremely well, doing extremely well in this inning.
Rebrook, 1 for 2 today with that RBI. Vogt charged with those 6 earned runs, 2 1/3, 6 hits, 6 earned, and 3 strikeouts. The final line for Trace and Vogt. As Pittman delivers a fastball, just missed that one. 1-0 the count. The 1-0 from Pittman. Breaking ball missed the zone. 2 balls, no strikes. On deck, Robbie Trado. 0 for 2 today with a couple of runs scored, though. 2 for 2 today, rather. The 2-0 from Pittman misses high. 3 balls and no strikes. And Pittman, no stranger to the walk. On top of hitters hitting .284 against him, he had more walks than strikeouts last season. 16-12. And a whip of 2.15. As a 3-0 pitch. High fly ball into right field, giving chase the right fielder Blessinger, but it's unable to make the catch as he dives for that one. 3-1 the count.
We saw that elite speed by Blessinger. He really gave that ball a run.
Max Blessinger with those cat-like reflexes out in right field. It's only 345 down the right field line.
Lefties must love this ballpark.
Or, you know, Robbie Trado staring down that 345 down the line.
And all of Pittman's misses have been arm side. So he's really working around this lefty.
3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Can Arroyo Seco get his first 1-2-3 inning of the night? The 3-1. High fly ball into right. Max Blessinger camps under it. Can of corn for him. And it's the first 1-2-3 inning for the Saints. We go to the bottom of the fourth, 6-1. Ventura County is bottom of the fourth inning. This game racing right by here at Jackie Robinson Field. We welcome in once again. Hope you're enjoying your Thursday night. Anthony Vasquez here with Ryan Madrigal. And Ryan, new pitcher for Ventura County, but you got to give a lot of credit to Alex Abbott, who shut down the Arroyo Seco lineup through 3 innings.
Yeah, we mentioned it last inning, but you're absolutely right, Anthony, that what he would do was he would kind of his weak side and no, they pressured him with his speed or the little slap hitting the right field. He was able to work through it.
And speaking of hitting, Nathan Becker sends a line drive. That'll be played on a hop by the center fielder, Loffery. And once again, Nathan Becker, 2 for 2 on the day.
Now batting for the Saints.
We saw it earlier in the game, but that center fielder was in between. We saw it with Wong, and now we saw it with Ventura County Pirates, their center fielder. In between, ends up playing it conservatively. Excuse me.
So once again, Arroyo Seco gets his leadoff man on. That'll bring up Cooper Harris, a strikeout victim his last time up, to Alex Abbott. His final line score, 3 innings pitched for him, 4 hits, a couple of strikeouts and a walk. As that curveball is spiked in the dirt. The good old 50-footer, 1-0 the count.
Struggling with the issue of Batman. With 6 appearances, he gave up 12 and 16 runs, 13 of them earned for an ERA of 16.71.
2 balls and no strikes. As the sun sets here at Jackie Robinson Field, can J.P. Clare set down this Arroyo Seco lineup? Well, he delivers a curveball, wraps around the plate, in there for a strike, 2-1.
JP, no stranger to this stadium as well as no stranger to this mound. He did attend Maranatha High School.
And of course, Maranatha and PCC play on this field there at Jackie Robinson Field. Here's the 2-1. Runners going. Pitch is a strike, and the throw is not in time. And Nathan Becker, the big man, the first baseman, able to steal the bag. Something he doesn't do quite often. He was 0 for 2 last season at Rice. His freshman year didn't even attempt a stolen base. Same thing in high school. So how about that? First stolen base for Nathan Becker.
You see a lot of fans cheering on Nathan. Didn't get the best jump, but went on a perfect pitch. It was an off-speed pitch. The throw wasn't that good, so he was able to beat the throw.
J.P. Clare having to work around a nobody out, runner in scoring position situation. The 2-2 swung on and missed, strike 3. And Cooper Harris is set down for the second time tonight.
Now batting for the Saints, number 46, left fielder, Jeff Bowser.
That'll bring up Jeff Bowser, the 8-hitter today playing in left field.
He's 0 for 2 today with 2 Ks. See if he can turn this game around, especially with the runner in scoring position.
Bowser 0 for 1. On deck is Tyler Lejeune, but first, Bowser's got hit with the runner on second and 1 gone. First pitch from Claire. Up and away, ball 1. That's what Ryan was mentioning here, that in late 16-7 round, the bad quiet, don't pitch there, and Becker's on second, single base. No. Curveball spiked yet again. Becker thought about going to third, about a quarter of the way there, but thinks better of it. Of course, in a 6-1 ball game, don't want to be too aggressive. Doesn't matter if you're standing on second or third. Bowser the batter. Becker leads off a second. J.P. Clare, the Chapman righty, ready with the 2-0. And Bowser will line one into right field over the second baseman's head for a base hit. Becker had to make sure it got down, so he advances to third, and the Saints have him cornered with 1 gone.
Yeah, good piece of base running there by Becker. He was looking at that little shot into right center field. Had to make sure it got down before he advanced to third.
Tyler Lejeune.
So now it's Tyler Lejeune's turn. Strikeout victim his last time up. Called out looking, with a chance to at least get Arroyo Seco within 4 here. 6-1 ball game here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Trayson Vogt charged with all 6 of those earned runs. First pitch from Clare. Runners going again. High fly ball, center field. Loffrey is there. Ready to tag is Becker. Here comes the throw. It's going to be close. And one hops the plate. The throw is in time to get him. Oh, leadoff hitter Daniel Loffrey. A frozen rope to the catcher Berglino. A perfect one-hop. Nabs Nathan Becker at the plate and keeps a lead at 5 for Ventura County. How about that? A bang-bang play at home. Says to the Ventura. Top of the 5th inning, and the Pirates still keeping a 6-1 lead thanks to the glove of center fielder Daniel Loffrey, who nabbed Nathan Becker third, trying to advance home on the tag. It was a bang-bang play, but the home plate umpire, Carlos Astorga, rings up Nathan Becker. That brings Caleb Pittman back out here for the top of the 5th. First pitch on the way in there for a strike, 0-1. And Ryan, Caleb Pittman's been absolutely dealing so far after cleaning up the mess from Trayson Vogt. It's looking pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. As we mentioned, in the 3rd inning, he inherited some runners, but in that 4th inning, the first 1-2-3 inning for the Arroyo Seco Saints, as that one skips away for a ball. You know, he struck out the first 2 hitters, and then he was able to get Rebrook to fly out to right fielder, Blessinger. So absolutely shut down bottom of the 4th inning for Caleb Pittman.
And Pittman does have some Summer League experience. Played with the Pulaski River Turtles in Virginia in the Appalachian League. That ball's outside, 2-1. League consisting of Appalachian region teams spanning from Johnson City, Tennessee, all the way towards Eastern Virginia. And Pittman A Virginia man through and through. Of course, from Suffolk, Virginia, Nansemond River High School.
Caleb Pittman has attack hitter side. No matter what. To righties, he's been from the left side, and to lefties, he's been working arm side. He's really trying to locate that fastball on the outside part of the plate.
Pittman, mostly a reliever, with the 3-1. Reaching for that one is Lejeune. This is going to be a tough play, and Pittman will make it. Smooth play by Caleb Pittman to Robbie Trado of an infield single. And there's one gone here in the fifth.
Pittman's been really asked to move off that mound. He's a big guy. He moves well, as we saw in that little comebacker, that close play at the plate. He was able to move and get that play. For most pitchers, that's not a close play at all. And what I really loved in the second play, he got it to the ball, was able to set his feet very calmly, deliver it to first base for the out.
Don't let that 6'3", 250-pound, 5-pound frame fool you. He is sneaky athletic. Made a couple of nice plays, what Ryan was mentioning. Now it's Mezin up, and he takes a ball outside 1-0. And once again, Caleb Pittman falling behind in the count. That's something he did a lot of at Northern Illinois. Of course, 16 walks to 12 strikeouts. Wasn't much better in Pulaski. As the 1-0 find the zone, 2 balls, no strikes. In 12 2/3 innings with the River Turtles, he did have 1 save, but an ERA of 6.39 and a whip of 1.74. That means he averages more than a runner and a half on base per inning. And now, once again, Caleb Pittman for the second consecutive time is ahead of the count, or behind in the count, rather, 3-0.
He skipped a few pitches in there. Seems like he lost the grip on his fastball.
And Ryan, that is something you don't want to see, a 3-0 count to a 9-hitter with the big boppers of Ventura County on deck, one of them being Daniel Lawfrey. Pittman trying to battle back in the count. And he is able to do it there, a high strike on.
Looks like Pittman was taking it there.
3-1, 1 out. Top of the fifth inning. Ventura County, 5 runs in the third, a run in the first to lead 6-1. And now, Caleb Pittman will walk his first hitter of the afternoon. 1 out walk for Mezin, and that'll bring up Daniel Lawfrey.
Now batting for the Pirates, center fielder, number 1, Dan Lord.
As you mentioned, Anthony, you never want to walk a number 9 hitter, and I guess that was enough to draw Cooper Harris out from behind the plate. Have a conversation with Caleb Pittman.
Mezin does have some speed at first, so once again, Cooper Harris just going out there to calm down the big 6'3" right-hander, Caleb Pittman. I was saying in the last inning, this is a Northern Illinois, or he's on a Northern Illinois team desperate for a rebuild. 14-40 and 13-25 in the MAC last season. And for Caleb Pittman personally, in 8 appearances, an ERA of 7.64. So Pittman trying to work on his control, getting ready for his junior season as a Husky up in DeKalb, Illinois.
His pickoff move really reminded me of Kenley Jansen, a little hop step that he did over to first. Just trying to keep Mezin close. You see it there again.
This time a much more harder throw, trying to get Mezin or keep him close. That's what Ryan was said earlier. 1 out. Daniel Lawrey still the hitter. 1 for 2 today with the strikeout. Led off this game with the hit. Now we'll chop one into center field. Racing back is Wong. He'll camp under it for the second out of the 5th inning. Racing back to first is Mezin. That'll bring up the 2-hitter Nolan Langley, the DH today. He's the right-hander's batter off. Sauntering off of first base, taking a very healthy lead. Pittman's going back there 2 times, make it 3. Six-1 ball game in this opening preseason game here at Jackie Robinson Field. The real season, the real fun will start tomorrow at Orange County. As taking a first pitch strike is Langley. First time Pittman's delivered a first pitch strike in this 5th inning. Struck out 2 batters back in the 4th. And keep that 4th inning in mind so far, as that's Arroyo Seco's only 1-2-3 frame. Mezin another healthy lead off first. The 0-1 to Langley. Outside, 1-1. Nolan Lindley, the 6'2 junior, attending Pepperdine over in Malibu. One of 3 Pepperdine waves on this team, the other being Quint Landis, a bench player. And Jacob Rebrook, today's first baseman, as now caught in a rundown, hung up to dry. Harris throws to first, and it's over the head and off of the face of shortstop Kyson Donahue. It tipped off the glove of Morrissey, and Donahue is down behind second base, and swiping the bag is Mezin.
You never want to see that. But with Cooper Harris, I think what he should have done is he should have attacked the runner. When you have a runner stuck in no man's land, you want to attack them, make them commit. Cooper just stood in place, runner committed, and then he had a wild throw, errant throw over to second base, and that got away and ultimately hit on the face.
There was a time Mezin was stranded in between first and second base. Harris, a little flat-footed, sailed a throw over Morrissey's head, off the glove of him, and right into the face, it looked like, of Donahue, and he's still down behind second base, trainer attending him.
Obviously never want to see this happen, but when it's an exhibition game, preseason game, it's even worse, right, before the season has even started. We hope everything's okay. As we mentioned, the trainer is tending to him, as is head coach Aaron Milo.
It was a tough play to begin with. An awkward play. Cooper Harris delivered that throw just shy of the mound, sailed it over the head of Morrissey, and I don't right with this team as the starting shortstop. The redshirt sophomore still down behind home plate.
So you mentioned Donahue from Honolulu, Hawaii. Fantastic season over there in Hawaii. Looks like a few Pirates are attending to him as well. Third base coach.
So as Donahue still stays down, a plethora of Saints still huddling around him. We are going to take a quick break. Top of the 5th inning, 6-1 Pirates lead and threatening for more. So after Kyson Donahue was hit in the face, after Mezin was trying to steal second base, he's taken out of the game. A couple of defensive replacements now for the Saints. Playing shortstop is going to be number 3, Jordan Rogers. Now, he is the DH for the Saints, so we'll see if Arroyo Seco will lose that DH. We'll see what happens off of that. Also playing third base is going to be Matt Marlowe, wearing number 16. The Regis University sophomore. And also we have another pitching change as well. Caleb Pittman will come out of the game. And replacing him will be a new Arroyo Seco pitcher who will inherit this 2-ball, 1-strike count. That new pitcher will be Drew Zittel. So we'll take another break. We will have this 2-ball, 1-strike count coming up. You're listening to Arroyo Seco Saints Baseball on YouTube. 6-1. So after a trio of substitutions for the Arroyo Seco Saints, we're ready to start this top of the 5th inning. New pitcher on the bump is number 29, Drew Zittel from Biola. Ryan, what do you have on him?
Yeah, he's a big southpaw. You see, very big presence on the mound. But at Biola University, a 9.21 ERA and 28.1 innings pitched, 29 earned runs. So he struggled with command, struggled with allowing runners to score. See that inside move. We'll see how he fares on the bump, though, here in Pasadena, California.
Inheriting the 2-1 count is Nolan Lingley and Biola freshman Drew Zittel. And, of course, Biola, small Christian school in La Mirada, California, with only 3,500 students. Hailing from the Pac West Conference, playing nearby schools from Azusa Pacific to Holy Names to even Hawaii Hilo across the pond in the Pacific. The 3-1 gets away from Wallace. It is a walk. Zittel has to cover home, and the Pirates have him cornered now with 2 gone.
It's a map at 6-4.
Zittel, of course, as you were mentioning, Ryan, attending high school Scottsdale Christian Academy, where he had 4 complete games, including 1 perfect game over in Arizona. And he's coached by former Angel Tim Salmon. None of that matters now, though. He's got to get out of this inning. That's outside ball 1, 1-0. Langley on first, and Cyan Tiger Mezin on third base. Walked earlier on in this inning, what seems like an eternity ago, after Kyson Donahue was shepherded off the field after he was hit in the face on a Cooper Harris throw down to second base to try and nab Mezin. That's fouled away by Angelo Ailman, 1-1 the count. Even though this inning has been quite a marathon, still runs it's a true tell to stop this Pirate charge. Keep this game at 5 runs with 4 more innings to play, rather. The 6-4 left-handed freshman deals. Perfect curveball in there for strike 2.
Big breaking ball. That's a huge pitch. Suddenly, Zatel's one strike away from stopping the bleeding.
Zatel, mostly a reliever in college, did make 5 starts. A 1-2 record. Only 2 of his 14 outings, though, were scoreless. 1 strike away here to get out of the jam. Here's the pitch. Fouled off of home plate. Langley was on the run there. He'll have to go back to first. And we'll do the 1-2 count pitch again.
Fantastic adjustment by Ailman, though. He saw the curveball, made an adjustment, was able to get a piece of it to stay alive.
Now the sun sets behind the Arroyo Seco Valley. Lights taking full effect here at Jackie Robinson Field. 6-1 lead for the Pirates. A run in the first, 5 more in the third. All of them charged to trace and vote today's starter. The 1-2. Fouled away again. And the battle continues. Zatel versus Ailman.
Changing speeds on him there. 2 straight breaking balls and then tries to pump the fastball by Ailman.
And Ryan, you see Angelo Ailman seeing a lot of pitches now. What would you throw here? You saw the breaking ball, saw the fastball. What would you do here?
You know, I typically say breaking ball in this situation, but the runner on third, and we've seen a few pitches get by Cooper, so I think you stick with the fastball.
Throws the breaking ball here. Low and inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And that shows that they have trust in the catcher, right? The calls are coming from the dugout. They have trust in the catcher. If it's spiked, to get down and block that pitch.
You don't want that run scoring on a wild pitch, especially with the 2-strike count and 2 gone. Zatel has 6 of those wild pitches his freshman year of Bell, 28 30s. 2 pitch. Swung on and Mr. Rodin will matter as the R2 make it 3, and Ailman will strike out. So Drew Zatel to the Pirate run, but only now. We're halfway home. 6-1 as we go to the bottom of the 5th.
Number 25, Joshua Morrissey. Number 25.
6-1 ball game here in the bottom of the 5th inning here at Jackie Robinson Field. Anthony Vasquez joined behind home plate by Ryan Madrigal. And Ryan, so far, this Ventura County pitching staff has really shut down the Saints lineup.
Yeah, you know, that's just been the tail of the tape here where they've been allowing runners to get on. It's just Arroyo Seco hasn't been able to execute and have those runners cross home plate. And you have to credit, as there's a breaking ball that pours in for a strike, and you have to credit these pitchers, right? They've been able to limit the damage and work around that traffic.
Josiah Morrissey 1 for 2 today, least a single in the right field. Here he is behind 0-1. The next pitch. Early on the breaking ball, slicing foul. 0-2. And you the J.P. Clare from Chapman University just wrapped up his junior season. A 6-foot right-hander struggled with this ERA over 7. Hasn't given up an earned run yet, though. The 0-2 to Donahue's fouled away. We'll do it again. 4th pitch of the at-bat coming up. It'll be Morrissey, Blessinger, Wong. Top of the order, due up for Arroyo Seco. Another 0-2. Misses high, 1-2.
Showed him a few breaking balls. Try to get him to chase with that high cheese.
High fastball usually leads the breaking ball in the dirt here. We'll see what Morrissey does on this 1-2 pitch from J.P. Clare. The junior from Chapman delivers. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Pulled the string with the curveball, and Morrissey was sent flying. 1 gone here in the 5th. That'll bring up the 2-hitter Max Blessinger.
Max Blessinger, number 4.
Max has reached both times that he's come up. He was hit by a pitch in the 1st. Earned himself a single in the 3rd, and both times that he's been on, he was off and running.
That single was credited as an RBI, so Blessinger 1 for 1 today. Max in for 12.
Absolutely been pulling the string, messing with timing. That's what you want to do in an exhibition. You want to look at how good your stuff is, especially coming into the summer. A lot of these guys, seasons ended earlier. A lot of them are a bit taxed. And so as a head coach, what you really have to analyze is who's good, who's fresh, how their stuff is looking.
And fresh arms do mean a lot, especially for this Chapman righty. Just got done pitching for a team that made it deep in their D3 baseball tournament. This Clare delivers a strike 1 and 2 now to Blessinger.
Typically heading into a season, what you want to do is you want to build up your pitchers, and that's why you see a lot of these pitchers who have already been built up. Pitching is all about routines, right? You pitch every 5th day. In college, it's every 3rd day, especially if you're on the starting staff.
2 balls and 2 strikes now. That breaking ball when the lay off. Inning and a 3rd. A strike away from being an inning and 2/3 against Blessinger. The 2-2. Waits on the curveball. Fouls it off to the screen. Just above the Ventura County dugout. We'll do it again.
And that's what happens when you see so many pitches. You're able to time the curveball. And as you see, Blessinger was just slightly off on his timing with that curveball. You saw himself get upset.
Six-1 ball game here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Saints need some base runners. The 2-2. Fouled off behind home plate and out of play. And Blessinger once again getting into a bit of a battle now with J.P. Clare.
Yeah, Blessinger's shown us a lot, especially in his debut here. We know it's only an exhibition, but being
Right, towards left field, racing on the left fielder Trado. He dives, and he is able to make the catch. How about that? Robbie Trado looked like he had a beat on it, and in the last second the ball came diving down from the sky, and he had to dive for it. He's able to make the catch for the second out of the 5th.
Yeah, that's a tough play, especially when you play at sunset with the 6 o'clock start time, right? You adjust it to the daylight, and then all of a sudden the sun sets, the lights turn on, and it's a completely new environment that you have to deal with, especially in the outfield. So Trado, it's typically a routine play is coming on, misread it, is able to make a diving play to recover.
Now it's Matt Wong in the middle of the order for Arroyo Seco, who's been struggling all day. 3, 4, 5 hitters, a combined 0 for 6. As Wong takes a ball outside 1-0. Matt Wong, Kyson Donahue, and Jordan Rogers, of course, making up that middle of the order. Donahue out of game now after being faced by Bears throw. Now Wong takes a break ball, no strikes. And because Arroyo Seco lost its DH, putting the original DH, Jordan Rogers, over at shortstop, that means Drew Zattel is going to have to hit for himself. He waits on deck in that 4 spot. The 2-0 on the way. Hammered into center field. Easy play for Laurie. And that'll end the inning. Saints go down 1-2-3 in the bottom half of the 5th. We go to the 6th. 6-1. Ventura County leads it.
Catcher, Andrew, was leading.
Brady Schrank lead off, getting the walk on first. Getting good for the Pirates. First pitch from Zettel, whacked into left field for a base hit. Off the lip of the grass, kicks up in the air, and corralling that one, the left fielder Bowser. Schrank thought about running to third, thought better of it though. There's runners on first and second, nobody out here in the sixth. And Ryan, that is at least one hard hit ball and a bad walk so far for Drew Zettel.
Yeah, and as you saw on that hit, it was a bit of a misplay, especially when it was getting to left field by Bowser. Was able to field it cleanly, but Schrank did not take advantage, so he stays on second. And not a good look for Zettel, especially when the first two runners reach.
2 on and nobody out for Drew Zettel, who's going to have to lead off the next inning after Arroyo Seco lost its DH after Kyson Donahue was taken out of the game. Of course, those had a 2-run bounces this one to third, on to second for one, on to first, and it's in time to get him. Matt Marlowe starts the 5-4-3 double play to perfection. And there's 2 gone now with the runner on third.
Fantastic around the horn double play. That was routine and tailor-made.
Matt Marlowe, a very sure-handed third baseman. He may bring the offensive pop, but he can also use that glove. And right there, it got Drew Zettel out of a major jam. First and second, nobody out, to 2 outs and a runner on third. That'll bring up the 7-hitter Jacob Rebrook, today's first baseman. And folks, just to remind you, to start the bottom of the 6th inning, Carson McKinney, Arroyo Seco pitcher from Texas, who's currently in the transfer portal, will join us for a quick interview. That'll be in the next bottom half of the inning. Drew Zettel's got to get one more out, though. Rebrook, the lefty. The 1-0. It hits him, runs inside, and hits on the arm. An umpire will call foul ball. It will be a 1-1 count. It was one of those where it drew the right wrist in the wood. Rebrook trying to show home plate umpire Carlos Astorga. And he will award him first base because of that.
You convinced him. I've never really seen that before.
How about that? A very convincing job by Jacob Rebrook, showing Carlos Astorga his hand. And he's eventually awarded first base because of that. So it's a hit by pitch for Drew Zettel. And that'll bring up Robbie Trado, the 8-hitting left fielder.
I've never seen that before.
I've never seen that either. Jacob Rebrook with a beautiful sell job right there. Gets first base, and now he's going. Throw on to second is in time to get him. Jacob Rebrook nabbed at second base after he was awarded first on a potential wild pitch. But either way, the side is retired thanks to the arm of Cooper Harris. So we'll go to the bottom of the 6th, folks. Ventura County with a 6-1 lead. Stick here because Carson McKinney will join us at the booth for a quick interview.
Since
Bottom of the sixth inning here at Jackie Robinson Field. Ventura County leads at 6-1. Anthony Vasquez joined here by Ryan Madrigal and a special guest in the booth today, Carson. Thank you for so much for joining us. Carson McKinney, of course, the big right-hander. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us, Carson. You attended UT your first year, University of Texas, and you sustained a foot injury there that did not allow you to play your freshman year. What was that rehab process like?
You know, mentally, I think it's harder than anything. You know, obviously you're going to get back physically, but, you know, obviously injuries aren't the best. It's not what you want, but, you know, just getting that mental side and getting with my parents and a lot of my best friends, you know, kind of just got me through it. So, not the most ideal thing in the world, but, you know, that's a part of the game. It's part of sports. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And how are you feeling now post-rehab?
Oh, great for now. And loving trainers with family was fit. Texas were really supportive. Like time out of day, you know, after hours, before hours, just get me right. So it's been great. I feel great.
Drew Zattel leading off the sixth inning behind the count 0-2. And Carson, you were highly recruited. You know, over in Arizona, of course, then coming on over from Birmingham. Can you tell me what is that recruiting like, and how stressful was that during your 4 years of high school?
Honestly, it's not really too stressful for a lot of guys. You know, you just got to be yourself. And, you know, all the hard work that, you know, you do behind the scenes should be paying off. And it's kind of a rewarding feeling when you get that first scholarship. And, you know, obviously there's some pressure there. You're trying to get committed. You're trying to go to one of these big schools. But, you know, once you're there, it's kind of like, oh, you know, you're not content, but you want to be better so you can play in college. But, you know, it was a fun recruiting process. You know, I committed to Texas during COVID, so it was kind of a rough process. You couldn't, you know, go visit any colleges or campuses, so I kind of had to do it all on the phone. But it was definitely a fun process. You know, I loved talking with the coaches there, and it was pretty cool to set us up.
Here's the pitch. Inside, full count. And Carson, what do you think about your pitcher out there if battling to a full count?
I love it, man. Gotta love it, man. Make the POs look good for this game. Gotta make us look good, so. I'm surprised he doesn't have any batting gloves on. Give him some BGs.
So your senior season of high school was cut short to COVID, and you talk about, you know, couldn't take any visits to Texas, and, you know, how was that commitment like, you know, for your senior year of high school?
You know, it was pretty cool. I committed in July going to senior year, so I kind of had the full season just to, nice AB right there.
Hey, Drew Zattel working the walk. Pitchers who walk.
Gotta love it, man. But, no, it was pretty cool. I was actually committed to Alabama before Texas, and made the decision to decommit, and, you know, some coaching changes that went on there. But I think 2 days later, Coach Pierce called me, and I know he took him 5 days to process an offer, and then called me and my family on that fifth day. It was pretty cool. Kind of committed on the spot because, you know, it's kind of hard to say no to Texas when it's, you know, such a big program. But you know, I'm forever thankful that he gave me an opportunity to play at Texas, for sure.
And now you're going through something similar, right? You announced a few months ago that you just entered the transfer portal. What went into that decision, and how has that been?
Yeah, so it was a big decision, definitely. I was, you know, thinking about it for a while. I was praying for it and talking with my family and, you know, coaches. And I don't know, I just kind of felt something that was leading me towards transferring. And you know, I'm definitely very thankful that, you know, I had an opportunity in Austin. But I just feel like for the best of my career and my playing and everything, it's going to be best I go somewhere else and, you know, let them do their thing, let me do my thing, and kind of just part ways. But nothing but respect for those guys over there, and I just think that I was better off somewhere else.
So after Drew Zattel works the walk, Jordan Rogers, the shortstop now, in a 1-ball, 1-strike count against J.P. Clare. The righty delivers the 1-1, up and inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. And Carson, you know, family really supported you a lot in high school.
Definitely.
You know, moving from Arizona to Alabama, you know, having your mom and sister come out early to search out private schools. Can you talk about, you know, what your family support has been like throughout high school and especially now in college?
Man, it's been the biggest thing for me. You know, I'm a big, you know, family person, and having, you know, 2 older sisters who have been there and have a lot of experience, same ones I've been through. It's, you know, been nice going with them. And my dad was a college athlete, and my mom, she wasn't, but she's been very supportive, and she's been, you know, pretty much my rock. My mom and dad have been my 2 rocks in my life. So having that support has been so much easier. When you move across the country, you don't know a single person. Just having them with me. And I went to high school with my sister my sophomore year, her senior year. So it was pretty cool. Ouch.
That fastball runs inside. It would have been ball 4 anyways, and the Saints have a little bit of a run going. First and second, nobody out. You know, what me. A lot of people this work on. So what is one thing you're trying to work on this season in Pasadena?
You know, I think that, you know, out for that time with a broken foot, I couldn't work on certain areas of my body that I could have when I was fully healthy. So, you know, just getting back to a lot of running and, you know, definitely just trying to be myself again. You know, I'm definitely going through the transfer process and trying to get committed, trying to find a new home, but just trying to work on being myself again, you know, playing every day and just having fun playing the game. So.
And you mentioned being yourself. What went into this decision to join the Arroyo Seco Saints?
You know, I actually grew up in Southern California, in Temecula, not too far away from here. And I just want to go back home for the summer and just be back here in California. And got a lot of friends out here. Heard very highly of Coach Aaron, really highly of some of the teammates and, you know, all the coaching staff. So I feel like it could be really good for my pick.
First, nobody out. So I'll pick up Ethan Becker. Saints trying to tack on runs here, trying to at least close this gap against, right now, right-hander J.P. Clare, who's been absolutely dealing so far for the Pirates, but now he'll deliver strike one to Becker, 0-1 the count.
Looks like Carson's socializing with some fans in the stands today. Biggest start for the Saints so far, though, first and second.
Saints trying to break through here. They haven't been on base a lot. Of course, only that one run, and Becker now in an 0-2 hole after fouling off that pitch to the left. Becker is 2 for 2 today. He's got 2 of the 5 Arroyo Seco hits so far, and as I mentioned earlier, the 3-4-5 hitters for the Saints are combined now 0 for 9. Drew Zattel takes his lead off a second. He walked. Meanwhile, Jordan Rogers hit by a pitch on a 3-1 count. Now to Becker. Called strike three. The curveball wraps around home plate and finds the outside corner. A little bit of words for home plate umpire Carlos Astorga, but it won't matter. One gone now in the 6th. Costly strikeout for the Saints.
Yeah, Becker had been 2 for 2 going out. That's the guy you wanted at the plate, especially with runners in scoring position. That breaking ball just completely fooled and froze him. That's a big first out now for the Pirates.
Big first out indeed. Now I'll bring up Cooper Harris, the junior from Bel Air, Kansas, Wichita State University. He'll take ball 1 outside, 1-0 the count.
Cooper's been solid behind the plate, but at the plate, 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts.
Cooper, a Wichita State teammate with DH today, Jordan Rogers, who's now playing shortstop. The 1-0 in the dirt, ball 2, 2-0 the count. Drew Zattel on second. Rogers on first. Zattel walked. Hit by a 3-1 pitch. Nathan Becker just struck out on 3 pitches. And now it's up to Cooper Harris. Trying to get the Saints just a little bit closer here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Clare so far 3 strikeouts and 2 1/3. Has only given up 2 hits. That's fouled away. 2-1.
It's a big cut and a miss.
Bullpen quiet for the Pirates. So this is Clare's inning. Meanwhile, Arroyo Seco's is also quiet as Drew Zattel currently is on second base. Saints lost their DH after Kyson Donahue was taken out of the game with an injury. That sent current DH Jordan Rogers to the shortstop spot.
Way to spin on that pitch. Front door breaking ball. A lot of guys would flail at that pitch. Cooper did well to see it and lay off of it.
Especially in a 2-1 count, your eyes get big. You see that slow pitch, what looks like a fastball coming in right in the middle of the zone, and Clare pulls the string on it. Good take by Harris. Ahead of the count, 3-1. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, ball 4, and the Saints have him loaded for Jeff Bowser. The June from Roseville, California. He's a Nevada Wolfpack. Coming over here with right-handed Peyton Stumbo. As the pitching coach for Ventura comes out on the mound, looks like George Vernau has seen enough from J.P. Clare, and we'll have a pitching change, but we'll take a short break and announce the new pitcher coming up. Bottom of the 6th inning, bases loaded, 1 out for the Saints, down 6-1. So, J.P. Clare exit stage right for him after he was taken out after 2 1/3 innings of work. Hasn't given up an earned run yet, but he's still in a jam, responsible for all 3 runners on base for the Saints. And coming up with those bases loaded is Jeff Bowser. 1 gone, and the new pitcher is going to be LA Valley College Daniel Parra, the 6-foot right-hander. Just wrapped up his junior season. His first pitch inside, ball 1. 1-0 the count to Jeff Bowser.
Daniel Parra from Newhall, California. Right-handed pitcher in high school. Also played a little bit of first base as well as third base. Class of 2020.
Bowser 1 for 2 on the day. Righty on righty matchup. Inside, 2 balls and no strikes.
What I really like from the Saints' approach is they're staying patient, especially with the new pitcher. What you don't want to do is go up there, swing first pitch, allow the pitcher to get out of that jam. You want to see if pitches. Not only does it help for the timing, but make the pitcher throw a strike if you're a hitter.
Matt Marlowe waiting on deck. Fouled away. Jeff Bowser put a charge into that swing, unable to connect with the pitch. 2-1 the count. 1 gone here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Saints have what realistically is their first opportunity to at least claw back, take a chunk out of this 5-run deficit. 2 balls, 1 strike. Parra delivers. Fouled away, and the count is even at 2. Matt Marlowe still waiting on deck. The Texan eagerly waiting for his chance with the bases loaded. But first it is Bowser who's got a hit.
We saw right? A front door curveball that's low in the zone. able to lay off of it and continue at bat.
Full count, nowhere to put him. One out. Big at bat right here. The payoff pitch. Fouled away, and we'll do it again. We will need a 7th pitch in this at bat. Two righties battling it out. Jeff Bowser versus Daniel Parra. Bases loaded, one out. You feel like it's a huge turning point of this game for either team. Line shot, right field, base hit. That'll drop on a... One run will score. Now it gets past the right fielder Shrink. 2 runs will score easily. And coming through is Jeff with the run.
And those 2 runners just that. Arroyo Seco back in this ball game.
And just like that, Saints are going to bring the tying run to the plate in the form of Matt Marlowe. And you're going to want to remember his name throughout the summer. A bat-to-ball legend at Regis College. Fouls that one away, 0-1 the count. His freshman year was something legendary for Arroyo Seco. He hit .441 as a freshman, as a COVID freshman, rather. An OPS of over 1,000. Led the team in batting average by 63 points. He was the best in OPS by over 100 points. Top 10 in the conference in doubles. As the 0-1 in there for strike 2, and the count is 0-2. And for most hitters, an 0-2 count is a death sentence, but not for Marlowe. Only struck out 3 times and 143 hits. His freshman career in 390 Bs, only 30 strikes, and he chops one to thwart. This is going to be a tough play. Throw on a line is in time, not in time rather. Matt Marlowe beats out the infield single, and a run will score. It's a little tough tracking where first base umpire Dale Gardner was, but Marlowe's be able to beat it out. He's 1 for 1 on the season. It's now 6-4. The go-ahead run comes to the plate now in Josiah Morrissey.
Yeah, as you mentioned, tying run is now on first. Marlowe able to leg out that single.
First and second, one gone. First pitch to Morrissey. In there for a strike. Saints slowly but surely clawing back into this one.
That's what you want to see from a team is resiliency, how a team responds when they go down early. And the Saints are rallying in this inning and putting together fantastic at-bats. The bottom of the lineup really getting things going.
Breaking ball taken in the dirt, evens the count at 1. This inning started with a Drew Zettel walk out of all things. Jordan Rogers was hit by a pitch. Becker struck out. Harris walked, and with the bases loaded, Jeff Bowser lined an RBI single and a right, scored another run on an error by Schenk. Then it was Matt Marlowe with an infield single, and now Josiah Morrissey's behind in the count 1-2.
And Drew Zettel really set the tone of this inning. You know, if a pitcher can draw a walk, the other batters are like, well, what can I do? And they've really remained patient. And even when going down 2 strikes, they've battled back.
The 1-2. Taken low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. For Josiah Morrissey, who's 1 for 3 today. He hit the strikeout victim. Morrissey represents the go-ahead run. Marlowe, the tying run, takes his lead off first base. He has the speed to come home if the ball splits the gaps. The 2-2 from Parra, fouled off. On the move there was Jeff Bowser. He'll have to go back. We'll do the 2-ball, 2-strike count again.
And I love that call, pressing the action, right? You have the momentum on your side. Press the action on the base paths. Get the runners moving. Get the batter swinging. See what comes of it.
Max Blessinger on deck. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 men on for the Saints, and 3 already in. Parra set at the belt, the 2-2. Fouled away, and we're going to need a 7th pitch of this at-bat.
That goes back to exactly a point that I made earlier. Even when they're down 2 strikes, Josiah was down 0-2 in this count. He's battled back to 2 and only rising.
Is chopped up the middle. Shortstop will play it on a hop, top first, and the inning is over. No, it is not. Jeff Bowser beats out the throw, and it turns into a force out at second base, and the Saints have him cornered. Josiah Morrissey beating out the throw, using the speed to his advantage to keep this inning alive. It was a great turn from Ailman, a great attempt. Almost a 6-3 double play, but at the end of the day, it's going to be Max Blessinger now. Once again, representing the go-ahead run for the Saints. They have him cornered with 2 gone in the bottom of the 6th. 3 already in. Here's the pitch. Off the end of the bat in the right field. Easy play for Schrank. At the line, he'll make the catch, and the inning is over. But the Arroyo Seco Saints strike for 3 and cut the deficit to 2. Go to 7-4. Ventura. What was a hot and dry day here at Jackie Robinson Field has turned into a cool and humid night. Right now, we start the top of the 7th inning. Ventura now leads it only 6-4, and that's partly because of Drew Zettel's electric pitching.
Yeah, absolutely. Not only his pitching, but really setting the tone last inning with a leadoff walk, getting on, coming around to score. Arroyo Seco allowing themselves to cut his deficit.
Back-to-back curveballs. No balls, 2 strikes for Drew Zettel, currently playing at Biola over in La Mirada, California. Back-to-back breaking balls, but able to deliver a strike there, 1 and 2, just outside.
Zettel really feeling himself with that pitch. Try to go backdoor breaking ball, just didn't get the call.
Drew Zettel from the windup, kicks and delivers. A breaking ball outside, 2 and 2. Here's the 2-2. Outside, full count. To Robbie Trado. 8-9-1 due up for Ventura. Trado, Mezen, and Laurie. Here's the payoff pitch to Trado. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Robbie Trado, a healthy hack, but Drew Zettel beat him with the fastball. And there's 1 gone here in the 7th.
That's a challenge pitch, 3-2 count, payoff. He says, here's the fastball, see if you can hit it, and Trado could not.
Leadoff man down for the Pirates, and that'll bring up the 9-hitter, Cyan Tiger Mezen.
Correction. Number 27, Andrew Tovar.
And rather than being Cyan Tiger Mezen coming in, Andrew Tovar will be pinch hitting for the 9-hitter. Tovar, the 5'11 lefty. Recently played at Chaffee College as he takes a strike, the count 0-1. 1 gone, bottom of the 7th inning. 5-4 lead for the Pirates. Low and away, 1-1.
Looks like we have a scoring change. It'll turn into 5-4 instead of 6-4. So Arroyo Seco has cut the deficit to 1 run now.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Chin music rides up and in on Tovar. Welcome to the game, Andrew. He at first base on 3 pitches. He's being hit in the shoulder. That'll turn the lineup over. See, Lori will play now. But that is right. Scoreboard error. It's now 5-4 in the 7th. It's now a 1-run game. Arroyo Seco scoring 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning to pull them within now 1. An RBI single by Jeff Bowser. Brought in another run thanks to an error. And Matt Marlowe, an infield single to bring in another run. Total it up. It's now 5-4 in the bottom of the 7th.
We mentioned it with Abbott, and I noticed it here in this inning as well, as far as Zettel. You know, with a lot of these relief guys or long relief guys, they only pitch from the stretch, not the windup.
Swung on and missed. Another fastball challenge pitch, as Brian mentioned earlier. Unable to catch up to that one was Laurie. Ball around. Laurie's ahead of the count, 2-1.
He was feeling that curveball early on, but especially with runner reaching, and even to Andrew, he just wasn't able to locate that pitch.
He was locating it early on in the inning, delivering 2 strikes to the leadoff man, Robbie Trado.
He threw 3 in a row. That's how confident he was with it.
There's a fastball line into center field. Racing back is Wong. Hit on a frozen rope. It's over his head. Rounding second and gliding into third is Tovar. And the Pirates have now second and third, 1 out, thanks to a lacing line drive to center field by Daniel Laurie.
I know Wong couldn't get to that ball, but what he did was he played it extremely well off the wall. He barehanded that ball off the wall, was able to get it in quickly, and didn't allow the runner to score from first.
That was a cold, frozen rope over the head of Wong, and now the Pirates are threatening second and third, 1 gone.
Number 2, Ryan Camacho.
Now to bring in Ryan Camacho, who'll be pinch hitting for Nolan Lingley, the DH today. So Camacho will take the DH spot. And he'll bat with runners on second and third. And Coach Aaron Milam is going to have the infield in right here. As once again, a breaking ball is up and away, ball 1. 1-0 the count.
Yeah, playing the infield in is a smart play, especially when you're within 1 run in this ball game. You want to limit the damage. And the Pirates have responded extremely well. Give credit to their hitters.
Logan Deskin now walking around the bullpen. Second and third, 1 out, though. He's not yet warming up, so this is Drew Zettel's inning, and he's behind 2-0 to the new DH Camacho.
We saw some fielding woes early on. The Arroyo Seco Saints have calmed down a bit. We'll see how they play, if considering it does get hit in the infield.
Camacho, a 30-year sophomore from the College of the Canyons. The 5'9", 190-pound outfielder. Also a 30-year sophomore with his twin brother, Jovan Camacho. The only difference between them is Jovan hits left-handed, and Ryan right here hits right-handed as he chops one. To Zettel. Spins and fires, and it's wide, and it'll get to the outfield and score a run. Drew Zettel, a wild throw in a second, and will get Camacho. So the Saints trade an out for a run, a wild play. Camacho's out at second. A run will score to make it 6-4 in the bottom of the 7th, and now we might have an interference call now as the umpires are meeting in between first and second base. Now all 3 umpires will meet up. Carlos Astorga, Joe Shields, and Dale Gardner. It was a tough play for Drew Zettel. Little dribbler to him. Threw it wide to the outfielder.
Yeah, and
right fielder Blessinger.
And Andrew Tovar was staying put on that play at third base, but Zettel was not able to fire an accurate throw over to first. Right fielder, Arroyo Seco right fielder, Blessinger did an extremely good job keeping that ball in the infield. He had a dive for it and was able to cut the runner down at second. But as you mentioned, Anthony, umpires are conferring, see if there's an interference call.
So Camacho is still on skate. It's my second throw now.
Looks like they call interference. They're
Well,
giving ruling.
George Vernow talking to home plate umpire Carlos Astorga.
Looks like they're saying But now head coach of the Ventura County Pirates seems livid with the call. He seems to be yelling.
So we'll see what happens here. The Pirates still have that runner on second on. Jackson Cobb, if he's allowed to, will pinch run at second base for Camacho.
We're unsure about the ruling, but both sides seem upset, so has to be controversial.
I'm not sure what Vernow's looking at here. There's still a runner on second and third. As the umpires still confer right now, the next hitter is going to be Angelo. And now a little bit of an argument between George Vernow and Carlos Astorga will end with no side coming out the wiser. The Pirates still have a runner on second and third.
And batting for the Pirates, number 15.
That'll mean there's only one out, it looks like. So Angelo Ailman will step to the plate. Not sure what was going on.
They announced that the runner was out, but he's still on second base.
So now runners on second and third. Drew Zattel will deliver a breaking ball in there for a strike. 0-1. As a football hit the shoe of Ailman, and now the bases are loaded for the Pirates with one out.
Hit by pitch. Now batting for the Pirates.
So now that'll bring up another pinch hitter as Brady Shrink will come out of the game, and the other Camacho will come to the plate. Jovan Camacho, third-year sophomore, will bat left-handed. Attends the College of the Canyons with his brother Ryan. Twin brothers, both third-year sophomores.
So
Now batting number 4, Jovan Camacho.
I know Zattel has been struggling with his command, and that hit by pitch is just evidently shows that. But silver lining here is the fact that you have a force out at all bases now, as opposed to second and third one out. Now it's bases loaded, but you have a force out on any base that you choose.
Camacho will take strike one, 0-1 the count. Bottom of the seventh inning, huge at bat here. Saints trying to limit the damage. Here's the 0-1. Taken just outside. That's Arroyo Seco's dugout, lauding the pitch placement of that one. 1-1. Logan Deskin continuing to warm up for the Saints, but for now, this is Drew Zattel's inning. And a curveball
Got
wraps
squeezed.
around a little bit high right there. All of a sudden, this Carlos Astorga strike zone is getting a little bit smaller in the seventh inning.
You hear a roar from Arroyo Seco dugout. Really wanted that pitch, and that's a swing pitch, as opposed to 2-1, you'd have 1-2.
2 balls and 1 strike. That's taken high, ball 3, and with nowhere to put him, Drew Zattel is going to have to work out of this jam. Bases loaded, 1 out, and the pinch hitter Jovan Camacho will stride to the plate. There's a called strike in there. Full count now with 1 gone.
Cooper barking directions to his fielders. Huge moment in this game. Here's the payoff.
Lefty on lefty matchup. Zattel versus Camacho. The runners will go. It's a ground ball to short. Fielding it on a hop. Throwing to first on a line. What a toss. And Drew Zattel out of the bases loaded. So Daniel Parra back out for a second inning of work. It's still 5-4 in the bottom of the 7th after a little bit of confusion on the interference call in the top half of the inning. 3-4-5 due up for Arroyo Seco. Matt Wong, a pinch hitter for the pitcher, Drew Zattel, and Jordan Rogers. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch to Wong, up inside count. 3 on. Walker back towards Zattel. Swung right field, upping fast, and it'll be foul, 1-1. Giving chase was Jovan Camacho, unable to make the catch. 1 ball, 1 strike to Matthew Wong, the Hawaii Rainbow Warrior. Just wrapped up his junior season from Miliani, Hawaii. Of course, teammates with Kyson Donahue on the Rainbow Warrior squad. Wong leans into that one, fouls it away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Logan Deskin ready to come in. He's warming up in the bullpen right now for Arroyo Seco with the DH gone. Drew Zattel will have to hit for himself if he wants to continue. But it doesn't look like that way as Jackson Walker is in the circle. Parra the 2 in the 2. Matthew Wong leading off this bottom of the 7th inning with Arroyo Seco down only 1. He'll take inside back-to-back balls from Parra, and the count's filled up.
Lost a feel for his breaking ball. See if he challenges him with the fastball, especially in the full count.
Parra gave up a couple of hits in 2/3 of an inning in the 6th. Will he let the leadoff man on? High fly ball in the right field. Won't get too far out of the infield, though, as the second baseman will make the catch there, 1 gone.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Now batting for the Saints, number 7 from Louisiana Tech, Jackson Walker.
Coming over Pasadena with fellow Bulldog Anthony Giannett is on the pitch staff. Walker will take strike 1, 0-1 the count. Walker, a Louisiana guy through and through. Grew up in Shreveport, Louisiana. Bats lefty, throws lefty as well. We'll be playing the outfield once the season gets underway for Arroyo Seco, but he's in an 0-2 count here in this preseason matchup with Ventura County. The real season will be underway tomorrow evening. But before then, we got to find out a winner here in this preseason matchup as Jackson Walker will be set down on 3 pitches with the strikeout.
Now batting for the Saints, number 3.
That'll be Parra's first punch out of the day. 9 pitches this inning, and that'll bring up the 5-hitter Jordan Rogers, who started this game as a DH but moved to shortstop after Tyson Donahue was taken out due to an injury. So with the Saints losing the DH and Rogers in at shortstop, stepping in the box, 0 for 2 on the day, takes low and away, ball 1, 1-0 the count. So after a rough entry to the game, Daniel Parra really has settled down, retiring the first 2 hitters. One on a flyout, the other on a K. As Rogers ahead of the count, 2 balls, no strikes after he takes that fastball low and away. 5-4 game here in the bottom of the 7th. The Pirates struck first with a run in the first. Then they tacked on 4 more. Take a 5-0 lead in the 3rd. As that Parra breaking ball, the curveball, Rogers off the late ball and strike.
It's a nasty ball, I think, and then it lands in the zone. Disgusting stuff from Parra.
2-1 fouled away, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Arroyo Seco battled back with the run in the bottom of the 3rd, and then came all the way back in the bottom of the 6th inning with a 3-run frame. To pull him within only 1. 5-4, bottom of the 7th. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs now to Jordan Rogers. Nathan Becker on deck. He's 2 for 3. Here's the 2-2 to the shortstop. Full count. The second full count this inning.
You can get Becker up. That'll bode well for Arroyo Seco. As you mentioned, he's 2 for 3 on the day.
Becker will also however. Daniel Parra, the payoff pitch. Fouled away.
That time he waited on the breaking ball. He saw it coming.
Now catcher Andrew Baglino probably agrees with you right there, Ryan. What would you throw here? You saw him waiting on the curveball right here. It's a full count. Do you dare throw him a fastball here?
You know, that's a tough question. I think with Becker waiting on deck, you challenge him here with a fastball. You try to get out of this inning.
Of course, with 2 outs, you at least want that runner to earn it with a base hit rather than giving him the free pass and giving Becker up, who represents the go-ahead run. Payoff pitch. Curveball just taking up in the zone, much to the chagrin of the fans here supporting Ventura County. And that will bring the go-ahead run to the plate. Nathan Becker.
He stuck with his guns. Breaking ball missed.
Becker had a little bit of 2 home runs this season, 6 his freshman year, where he slugged .495. He was the team leader in average and on-base percentage, 3rd in hits. Ball's up high. Throw to second is not in time. It was a little bit wide. And swiping second base is Jordan Rogers.
Again, not the greatest jump. We saw this with Becker, but just a wide throw allowed them to sneak in there.
That's right. Andrew Baglino a little bit slow to make that transfer as well.
And now suddenly the runner's moving on contact. A single likely scores a run here.
Anything to the outfield ties this game in the bottom of the 7th. Becker, swing and a miss. A healthy cut on that breaking ball, but he was a little bit early on it. Counts even at 1 here in the bottom of the 7th.
Becker was not trying to single there. He was trying to send that to the next city over.
Becker 2 for 3 today, but he was a strikeout victim. Struck out 45 times and over 170 at-bats for the Owls. That curveball wraps around home plate. And the Jersey Village, Texas natives ahead of the count 3-1. With the catcher Cooper Harris on deck. Runner on second. Representing the tying run, Jordan Rogers. The pitch from Parra. Swung on it. Welcome back, everybody. Sorry for the technical difficulties. It's preseason for us, too, here in the booth. But right now we're at bottom of the 8th inning. 2 balls, 1 strike to count to Josiah Morrissey, rather. Tying run over at second base. It was Jeff Bowser. He got on a bunt single, ended up advancing to second base. Josiah Morrissey, the hitter. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the tying run in scoring position. Anything hit to the outfield will tie this game.
Absolutely, especially with two outs. Bowser was able to advance by stealing second.
So far, the Saints have compiled 8 hits over the 7 2/3 innings. New pitcher, DeAndre Carter. For the Pirates, just came on to start this bottom of the 8th inning, trying to hand the ball over to the 9th. He's got to get 1 more strike against Josiah Morris, who's 1 for 4 today. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, counts filled up with the runner on second base and Jeff Bowser.
Josiah really thought about swinging there. Pitcher has some great spin action. A righty-lefty matchup. Josiah was able to see that ball out of the hand. Big pitch here. The Saints have been knocking on the door, haven't been able to push across that tying run.
Can they break the door down here? They've already gotten 8 hits. Haven't been able to break through yet. And Morrissey will take ball 4. And the Saints have runners on first and second now with 2 gone. And the batter now will be the 2-hitter Max Blessinger, who's 1 for 3 today.
Saints, number 4, right fielder Max Blessinger.
Blessinger hit by a pitch in the first inning. RBI single in the 4th, and a couple of flyouts to left and right field. Here he is for his 5th at-bat of the day in the bottom of the 8th. Saints are a hit away from tying this game. Blessinger checked his swing, 1-0.
It did not appeal. You heard the Saints dugout say, no, he didn't.
Dale Gardner over there at first base, the umpire. Third base umpire Joe Shields is behind DeAndre Carter, the pitcher.
Blessinger has really impressed me today. His speed, very noteworthy. But he's just trying to tie this game.
Can he come through here? He's ahead of the count, 2-0. Perfect place for him. On deck would be Matt Wong. First and second, 2 gone. The go-ahead run, 3 bases away, in the form of Josiah Morrissey, the second baseman.
Looks like the catcher wants to talk to his pitcher. Pitcher down in the count, 2-0. Righty-righty matchup, so they do have the platoon matchup in their favor. See these late inning guys that just pump in velocity, but the hitters are staying patient.
Two gone in this one. 2-0 pitch from Carter. In there for a strike, perfectly placed. Blessinger decided to take it. He still had 2-1. 2 outs, just Josiah Morrissey on first. He walked. Jeff Bowser on second. Reached on a bunt single up the third base line. Carter set at the belt, the 2-1. And now it's 3-1 with Matt Wong on deck.
Blessinger spit on those pitches, close pitches. Home plate umpire sees them up. 3-1 hitters count.
The Saints are a ball away from having the bases loaded in back-to-back innings. The 3-1. Full count. Another big pitch coming up from DeAndre Carter, who's already gotten 2 outs in this inning. Bowser on second with a bunt single. Morrissey walked. He represents the go-ahead run. Anything hit to the outfield likely ties this game with Bowser's speed. With Wong on deck, the payoff pitch. Little number into center field. This is dropping fast, and it will get down for a base hit. 1 run will score. A second is coming in. It's cut off. Throw to the plate. It'll gun him down. Josiah Morrissey getting a little too anxious as he was rounding third base, but Jeff Bowser does score to tie the game, and the third out is made at home. We go to the 9th inning, folks. We're tied now 5-5 thanks to the RBI single by Max Blessinger. Welcome back, folks, to the Jackie Robinson Field. Top of the 9th inning, we're tied at 5, and guess what? The lights went out. The right field lights over the right field line has came out. It's also the lights sitting atop the third base foul line is also halfway out. So we're going to take another quick break, and we'll see what happens in this top of the 9th inning. 5-5. The Saints just tied it up in the bottom of the 8th. So we'll give an update soon, but right now the lights are out, and we're waiting to play some ball.
Due to technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's the end of the game.
So you just heard our esteemed PA announcer just call this game right now. Half the lights just went out here at Jackie Robinson Field, and instead of playing this game out, this is a preseason game, so we're going to wrap things up and head back home, and we'll be back at it tomorrow. But once again, Anthony Vasquez here with Ryan Madrigal. And Ryan, the Saints battle back, down 5-0, and battle back to tie this game. And what do you think? What is your biggest takeaway the most?
Well, my biggest takeaway is the resiliency, right? The offense, they were knocking on the door multiple times after they had already battled back, and then that 8th inning, they really broke through. They finally broke the door open, scored, and tied it. But my second major takeaway would be the bullpen. The bullpen came in, stopped the bleeding, and for the most part, shut things down. That's a great sign of moving forward. Successful teams have resiliency and have great bullpens.
Well, there you have it, folks. Your final score in only 9 innings of play. Due to the lights going out, Saints 5, Pirates 5. But we'll be back with you tomorrow, folks, live from Irvine Great Park. It'll be the Orange County Riptide against the Arroyo Seco Saints with a little less technical difficulties, we promise you, especially on our side on the broadcasting end. So that'll have it, folks, from Jackie Robinson Field. I'm Anthony Vasquez and Ryan Madrigal for one more time saying good night. Enjoy your Thursday. Final score, 5-5.